All right, let's jump right into a really fascinating debate in the astrological world. What really defines you? The moment you were born or the moment you were conceived? We're going to explore the difference between your birth sign and what's known as your conception sign and see what each one might tell us about your soul's true blueprint. So let's get right to the heart of it. Where does your personal story actually begin? Is it that initial spark of life, that very first cellular moment? Or is it your grand entrance, that first breath you take as your own person, here in the world? And you know, this isn't just some casual question. The sources for this explainer say it's the kind of deep query that really makes you pause, the kind that makes mystics and thinkers lean in a little closer to explore the real mysteries of who we are. Okay, so let's break this down piece by piece, starting with what we're all familiar with, our traditional zodiac sign. For our purposes, we're going to call this the flame. This is your birth sign. So in the astrology most of us know and love, your sign is all about the sun's position the very moment you took your first breath. This is seen as the instant your own independent energetic field just ignites, you know? It separates from your mother's, and it's a very specific, chartable moment in time. And the flame is incredibly important. It's all about your outward personality, your ego, the way you express yourself to everyone around you. It's that energy you radiate, the mission people see you on. Really, it's the version of you that walks into a room. But now, let's contrast that with something a little deeper, a more esoteric layer. This is the hidden blueprint, what we'll call the thread, your conception sign. The conception sign is totally different. It's based on the sun's position way back at the moment of conception, at the very beginning of your cellular life. Now, obviously, that's not something we can pinpoint exactly, so we estimate it by counting back about 38 weeks, or 266 days, from your birthday. It's less about your arrival and more about your origin story. And unlike the flame, the thread isn't about how you act. It's about why you're here. It points to this deeper soul intention, these subconscious patterns, maybe even some karmic themes you decided to explore in this life. It's like the hidden script you were carrying before the whole show even began. This table lays it out so clearly, right? The birth sign, the flame, is all about your expressed identity that starts with your first breath. The conception sign, the thread, is about the hidden intention that began with your first cell. One is very external and easy to chart. The other is internal, subconscious, and something we have to estimate. So, which one is right? Is it the flame or the thread? Well, what if they both are? What if the answer isn't either or, but both and? Let's look at this really fascinating model from our sources that's based on a mystical system called Arreqqana cosmology. It says these two layers aren't in conflict at all. They're actually woven together. And that's really the key question here. Instead of making us choose between the spark and the arrival, this model invites us to see them as two essential parts of a single beautiful, intricate design that makes up who you are. So in this view, your identity has three core layers. You've got the thread, from conception, which is your soul's purpose. Then you have the flame, from birth, which is how that purpose ignites and becomes visible to everyone. And finally, you have the moon, your emotional field, which colors the entire journey. And this is so crucial. You aren't just one of these signs. You are a living resonance. You are this dynamic interplay of your soul's deep intention, your expressed identity, and your emotional nature. It's like all three together create the complex, beautiful music of who you are. Okay, so this might still feel a bit abstract. Let's make this concept really concrete. How does this whole layered identity actually play out in a real person? We're going to walk through a specific example to see just how these energies interact. So let's use the birth date of February 6th, 1989. We're going to build a sample profile and see how the thread, the flame, and the moon all weave together to form a really unique personality. First up, the flame. A birthday on February 6th puts the sun squarely in Aquarius. This gives us an outward personality, the flame, that is future-minded, loves humanity, is fiercely independent, and is a natural reformer. This is the part of them that doesn't just go with the flow, they want to change the current. Okay, now for the cool part, let's find that hidden thread. If we count back about 266 days, we land somewhere in mid-May. That puts the estimated conception sign in Taurus. So underneath that revolutionary Aquarius exterior, there's a deep subconscious blueprint, a soul intention that's all about stability, loyalty, and building real, lasting, tangible value. And finally, to get the whole picture, let's add that emotional layer, which is the moon sign. For this particular birthday, the moon is in Pisces.
So, this person's inner world is governed by deep empathy, powerful intuition, and a profound spiritual sensitivity. Think oceanic, mystical, and feeling everything.
Now look at this. This is where it gets so juicy. Look at the dynamic tension these layers create. There's a core need for security coming from that Taurus thread, but a competing core need for absolute freedom from the Aquarius flame. And then, woven through it all, is this deep longing for soul union from the Pisces moon. This person is internally rooted, externally unconventional, and emotionally oceanic, all at the same time. What a powerful combination.
So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? How do we actually use this layered understanding of ourselves in our lives?
Well, the goal is not to replace your birth sign. It's about adding a whole new layer of depth. I love this analogy. Think of the conception sign, your thread, as the seed in the darkness. It's what chooses the path. And the birth sign, your flame, is the plant finally breaking through the soil, actually starting to walk that path in the light. One is the potential, the other is the expression. And to help integrate all these layers, the Arreqqana cosmology offers this absolutely beautiful alignment mantra. It's a way to acknowledge and honor all three parts of your woven identity.
And here is that powerful translation. I root in purpose, that's the Taurus thread. I burn with visionary air, that's the Aquarius flame. I flow with spirit, that's the Pisces moon. It's basically a declaration that you are all of these incredible things, all at once.
So we'll leave you with this to think about. Your inner thread shows the path, and your outer flame is walking it right now. And maybe, just maybe, exploring both will help you understand the unique and beautiful journey that is yours and yours alone to travel.